You can call $100,000 into your life with your words. Yes, your voice holds the key to the wealth you have been praying for. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that every word you speak is a decree that sets spiritual law in motion. The life you live today is not an accident. It is the harvest of words you have spoken in the past. If you have been speaking fear, lack, or defeat, you have been unknowingly commanding those very things into your life. But today, we will reverse it. Today you will learn how to speak words that call money, opportunities, and divine supply directly to you. Money is energy, and energy responds to faith. Your words are not empty sounds, they are spiritual commands that the universe is programmed to obey. Scripture says, "You shall decree a thing, and it shall be established unto you." That is not a poetic phrase, it is a law of creation. If you have the courage to believe and the discipline to speak with conviction, your words can bring into your hands $100,000 or more. Not through stress or struggle, but under grace, in perfect ways. For too long, many have been speaking against their own success. They say, "I can't afford that," or "Money never stays with me." And they wonder why their life reflects their words. Florence often reminded her students, man is a spiritual broadcasting station, and all that he thinks and feels is broadcast. That means your words are shaping your reality right now. The good news is this: if your words created lack, your words can create abundance. If your words called in struggle, your words can call in miracles. In this message, I will teach you a decree, a powerful set of words, that you can repeat daily to align your mind and energy with divine supply. This decree will help you release fear, step into faith, and become magnetic to wealth. And it is not just theory, this is a spiritual law that has been proven time and time again. Florence's students manifested specific amounts of money, healed relationships, and restored their lives by speaking truth instead of fear. And today you will do the same. So listen carefully. Open your heart. Prepare to speak with authority. Because by the time this message ends, you will have words in your mouth that can unlock doors no man can shut. You are not powerless. You are the creator of your experience, and $100,000 is not far away. It is waiting for your command. Florence Scovel Shinn taught a truth so simple and yet so revolutionary that most people dismiss it. Your word is your wand. The words you speak are not mere sounds in the air. They are spiritual commands that shape your life. Every time you speak, you are sowing seeds into the invisible realm, and those seeds will always come back to you multiplied. Scripture says, life and death are in the power of the tongue. And Florence believed this was not a metaphor but a law. Just as gravity pulls everything down without fail, your words pull your reality into form without fail. Think about it: every invention, every breakthrough, every fortune began with words. Someone spoke an idea out loud, and that word became flesh. You were created in the image of God, and the first thing God did was speak. "Let there be light," he said, and there was light. If the Creator himself used words to bring forth creation, then your words carry that same divine power. Every word you speak is either building your future or tearing it down. Florence often compared words to boomerangs. Whatever you throw out comes back to you, sometimes quickly, sometimes after years, but it always returns. If you have been speaking words like, "I am broke," "I can never get ahead," or "money is hard to come by," you have unknowingly set those conditions into motion. Your subconscious mind, which accepts every statement you make without question, has been faithfully creating a reality that matches your words. This is why so many people feel stuck. They are trapped in a cycle of their own declarations. But here is the good news: you can reverse it. Just as a negative statement creates struggle, a positive statement of truth creates blessing. Florence said, every word man speaks is either a blessing or a curse. He must watch his words and guard his thoughts. The moment you begin speaking words of abundance with faith, your subconscious will begin reshaping your reality to match them. This is why this message is so important. When you learn to speak a decree with power, you are rewriting your destiny. Money, too, responds to words. People often treat money as if it is a lifeless object, but Florence taught that money is energy. It is a servant, and like any servant, it responds to commands. When you speak to money with respect, gratitude, and authority, it begins to obey. It flows into your life, finds channels to reach you, and multiplies. This is why wealthy people often carry a sense of confidence about money. They have learned to master their thoughts and words about it. The poor fear money, chase it, and speak as if it is elusive. The rich expect it, bless it, and command it to serve them. Florence believed that words are your most powerful currency. Long before a bill is paid or a door opens, your words have already paved the way. When you decree something, you are sending a spiritual order into the invisible supply house of the universe, and heaven responds. She often gave her students precise affirmations to speak daily, and they would report astonishing results. A woman would declare, "Large sums of money come to me quickly, under grace, in perfect ways," and within days unexpected checks would appear. Another would say, "I have a perfect work in a perfect way," and a dream job would manifest seemingly out of nowhere. These were not coincidences, they were the result of spiritual law in action. The law of spoken words is simple but exact. What you consistently speak with faith will appear in your life. If you want $100,000, you must begin speaking as if it is already yours. You must remove fear-based language from your vocabulary and replace it with truth. Florence often said that man's word is his wand, and that every time he speaks, he waves that wand over his life. The question is, are you waving a wand of blessing or a wand of limitation? Beloved, today I want you to see your words as sacred tools. Your voice carries divine authority. When you say, "I call $100,000 into my life, under grace, in perfect ways," you are not begging. You are not wishing. You are commanding in alignment with divine law. The universe is not resisting you. It is waiting for clear instructions. Your words give it those instructions. This is why we will not just talk about wealth, we will call it. We will not just hope for money, we will summon it. Florence said that faith is the substance of things hoped for, and your words are the container of that faith. When spoken with conviction, your words are like seeds planted in fertile soil, guaranteed to grow. Today, you begin planting seeds of abundance that will return to you as $100,000, flowing from unexpected places, under grace, in perfect ways. Most people are not struggling because God has forgotten them or because they are not worthy of abundance. They are struggling because they are blocking the very blessings they are praying for. Florence Scovel Shinn said, "Fear is only inverted faith. It is faith in evil instead of good." That means fear is not just an emotion. It is a creative force. When you live in fear about money, you are using the same spiritual power that could create wealth to instead create lack. From the time we are children, we are programmed with negative ideas about money. We hear phrases like, "Money doesn't grow on trees," "We can't afford that," or "Rich people are greedy." Those words sink deep into our subconscious mind, and they create invisible walls between us and wealth. We grow up believing that having money is hard, that wealth is for other people, or that wanting more is somehow selfish. Without realizing it, we carry those beliefs into adulthood, and our lives reflect them. Florence taught that man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. If you see yourself struggling, even if you don't want to, that mental picture will continue to show up in your life. Many people pray for blessings, but they speak against those blessings with their words. They say, "I'll never make that much money," "I'm always broke," or "I can't seem to get ahead." Those words are not harmless, they are commands. The subconscious mind takes every word you speak as an instruction and begins creating experiences to match it. You are not unlucky. You are powerful. You have simply been using that power in the wrong direction. Fear also creates resistance. Imagine a river flowing with all your blessings, peace, wealth, opportunities, love. Every time you speak fear or doubt, you build a dam across that river. The supply is there, but it cannot flow because your words have blocked it. Florence often told her students to stop speaking of lack entirely. She would say, "You cannot enter the kingdom of abundance by talking poverty." She was not being harsh. She was teaching spiritual law. Your words are like keys. They either open doors or lock them. Another reason people block money is because they worship it unconsciously. They chase money with desperation, fear, and anxiety, and this energy repels wealth. Money is a tool, not a master. When you treat it like a master, it becomes something you are always chasing, never receiving. Florence taught her students to treat money with respect but not fear. She told them to bless every dollar they had, no matter how small, and to speak to money as a faithful servant that multiplies. The difference is dramatic. Fear pushes money away, faith draws it near. Many also block money because of guilt. They believe that wanting more is selfish, or that desiring wealth somehow makes them less spiritual. Florence shattered this myth. She reminded her students that poverty is not holy, it is simply a reflection of limited thinking. She said, God is supply, and man is the channel through which that supply flows. Wealth is not something to be ashamed of, it is proof that you are aligned with divine order. You cannot bless others if you are constantly worried about how to pay your bills. Abundance allows you to give, serve, and live your purpose fully. One of Florence's students struggled with this very issue. She had been raised to believe that being wealthy was wrong, so every time she came close to financial success, she would sabotage herself. Florence gave her a simple affirmation, I am one with the riches of God. Money is my servant, I am not its slave. The woman repeated it daily, and within months, she received a promotion and financial opportunities she never thought possible. More importantly, she felt at peace with wealth, because she understood that it was simply part of divine supply. Beloved, the enemy of your wealth is not the economy, your job, or your past. The true enemy is fear, filled thoughts, and careless words. If you want to call $100,000 into your life, you must change the way you speak and think about money. Stop saying, I can't afford that, and start declaring, I am richly supplied. Stop expecting lack, and start expecting miracles. Florence said, never use your words to describe your life. Use your words to create it. The decree you are about to learn is not just a positive statement, it is a spiritual command. It will reprogram your subconscious, break the mental walls blocking your supply, and set money flowing to you quickly, under grace, in perfect ways. But first, you must choose to believe that wealth is your birthright, not a distant dream. The moment you change your inner language, your outer world will follow. The law is exact, and the shift begins with your words. Now that you understand why words are so powerful and how fear blocks supply, it is time to speak the decree that will unlock your blessings. Florence Scovel Shinn always gave her students exact affirmations, not vague wishes, because she knew that clarity and repetition activate spiritual law. This is not just a sentence. It is a command to the universe, a prayer of faith, and a key to open the doors of your supply. Find a quiet place. Take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart. Speak these words boldly, slowly, and with absolute authority. Feel every word as you say it. Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. I call $100,000 into my life under grace, in perfect ways. Repeat it again, slower this time. Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. I call $100,000 into my life, under grace, in perfect ways. Say it a third time, with conviction. Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. I call $100,000 into my life, under grace, in perfect ways. Now, let us expand this decree into a daily declaration. Speak each line after me, and repeat every phrase 3 times. I am a magnet for money. Say it again, I am a magnet for money. Once more, I am a magnet for money. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Repeat. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. Say it once more. All that is mine by divine right comes to me now. $100,000 is on its way to me now. Say it again. $100,000 is on its way to me now. Once more. $100,000 is on its way to me now. Money comes quickly, easily, and always under grace. Repeat, money comes quickly, easily, and always under grace. Say it again, money comes quickly, easily, and always under grace. I bless every dollar I have, and I welcome more. Repeat, I bless every dollar I have and I welcome more. Once more. I bless every dollar I have and I welcome more. But now close your eyes and visualize this decree coming to life. Picture yourself holding $100,000. See it in your bank account. Imagine paying off every bill, blessing your family, giving generously, and living in freedom. Feel the relief. Feel the joy. Feel the peace that comes from knowing you are supported. This visualization supercharges your words, making them magnetic. Say this next part with boldness. I no longer chase money. Money finds me. Money knows my name. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. Repeat it. No longer chase money. Money finds me. Money knows my name. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. Say it once more. I no longer chase money. Money finds me. Money knows my name. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. Florence taught that words must be spoken with feeling. Do not rush this decree. Say it slowly and with faith. The more emotion you put into your words, the more power they carry. These are not empty sentences. They are spiritual commands. Every time you repeat this decree, you are programming your subconscious mind to see wealth as natural, normal, and inevitable. Now, let us end this session with a final decree of gratitude. Speak this 3 times. I give thanks for the $100,000 that is already mine by divine right. It comes to me quickly, easily, under grace, in perfect ways. I am rich, I am free, and I am guided by infinite wisdom. It is done. It is done. Repeat it again. I give thanks for the $100,000 that is already mine by divine right. It comes to me quickly, easily, under grace, in perfect ways. I am rich, I am free, and I am guided by infinite wisdom. It is done. It is done. Say it one last time. I give thanks for the $100,000 that is already mine by divine right. It comes to me quickly, easily, under grace, in perfect ways. I am rich, I am free, and I am guided by infinite wisdom. It is done. It is done. Beloved, speak this decree every morning and every evening. Say it until it feels true. Florence said, words and thoughts are a form of dynamite and should be handled with care. When you speak these words, you are planting seeds that cannot fail. They will grow, and they will bring to you $100,000 or more in ways that are perfect and filled with grace. The decree you have just spoken is a spiritual key, but a key must be used daily to unlock its power. Florence Scovel Shinn often said, a single affirmation may not open the door, but persistent affirmations will hammer down the walls of doubt. This means that if you will speak these words consistently and with faith, they will create results that no amount of effort or worry ever could. Let me show you exactly how to use this decree for maximum power. Step 1. Create sacred space each morning, before the noise of the day begins. Before you check your phone or answer a single message, take 5 to 10 minutes to focus only on your decree. Sit in a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Light a candle if you wish, play soft background music, or simply sit in silence. The goal is to make this time feel sacred because your words are sacred. You are not just saying sentences, you are commanding spiritual law. Step 2. Speak the decree aloud with authority. Florence taught that words spoken aloud carry energy that penetrates the subconscious faster than silent thoughts. Begin by taking a deep breath, placing your hand over your heart, and speaking the decree slowly. For example, say, Infinite Spirit, open the way for my immediate supply. I call $100,000 into my life, under grace, in perfect ways. Repeat it 3 times, each time with more conviction. Do not rush. Speak as if heaven itself is listening, because it is. Step 3. Visualize it as already yours. Close your eyes and picture this decree coming to life. See your bank account balance with an extra $100,000. Imagine paying off debts, helping family, giving generously, and living with ease. Feel the emotions of freedom, gratitude, and joy. Florence believed that visualization combined with words creates a blueprint in the spiritual realm. Once that blueprint is complete, the physical world rearranges to match it. Step 4. Anchor the thought. Throughout the day, carry this affirmation with you everywhere. Write it on a card or keep it in your phone. Anytime fear, doubt, or anxiety creeps in, Stop and repeat your decree. Say, I call $100,000 into my life under grace, in perfect ways. This cancels fear and reaffirms truth. Florence said, fear is only faith turned upside down. By speaking your decree at the first sign of fear, you are flipping fear back into faith. Step 5. Practice gratitude in advance. Gratitude is the secret ingredient that accelerates manifestation. Begin thanking God for the $100,000 as if it has already arrived. Say, I give thanks for the $100,000 that is already mine by divine right. Gratitude creates a sense of expectation, and expectation draws blessings. This is why Florence often said, bless your current blessings, and they will multiply. Step 6. Use the evening to reprogram your subconscious. Before bed, repeat your decree 3 times slowly. The last thoughts you hold before sleep go straight into your subconscious mind, which works all night to create your reality. By ending your day with this decree, you are programming your subconscious to look for opportunities, connections, and inspired ideas that will bring this money to you. Step 7. Act in faith, not fear. Florence emphasized that faith without works is dead. This does not mean forcing opportunities or obsessively chasing money. It means taking inspired action. When you receive an intuitive nudge, a phone call, or an idea, follow it without hesitation. Your decree is opening doors. Your role is to walk through them. Step 8. Speak blessings over all you have. If you want money to multiply, bless what you already have. Each time you pay a bill, say, I bless this bill, and I give thanks for more than enough to pay it easily. Each time you see money, even a single coin, say, money flows to me in rivers of abundance. This creates a magnetic energy around your finances, drawing more to you. Step 9. Commit fully for 21 days or until it manifests. 3 days of focus will create an energetic shift, but 21 days will build unstoppable momentum. Florence encouraged her students to continue affirmations until it manifests, because the law is exact and does not fail. If you stay consistent, this decree will become your natural way of thinking, and money will flow easily. Step 10. Expect miracles and record proof. As soon as you notice even the smallest sign of progress, a discount, an unexpected check, a new idea, write it down. These are confirmations that your decree is working. They build your faith and create a cycle of expectancy. Florence said, never forget that every blessing is proof that the law is working in your favor. Beloved, this is not just about $100,000. It is about learning to master your mind and words so that you can call in anything you need. Use this decree as faithfully as you would breathe. It will rewire your subconscious, reset your energy, and send out a signal so strong that wealth cannot help but find you. The law is perfect, and your words are the switch that turns it on. Faith becomes unshakable when you see proof, and Florence Scovel Shinn loved to share stories that proved spiritual law never fails. She taught that every word spoken with faith plants a seed, and when watered with gratitude and expectation, that seed must grow. Her students learned that money is not withheld by God, but delayed by fear, doubt, and negative words. When they shifted their speech, miracles followed, often quickly, and often in exact amounts. Florence once worked with a man who needed a large sum of money to save his business. He was desperate, stressed, and losing hope. She gave him a simple affirmation, God is my supply, and large sums of money come to me quickly, under grace, in perfect ways. She told him to speak it morning, noon, and night, especially when fear tried to overwhelm him. At first, he felt foolish, but he obeyed. Within a few days, an investor unexpectedly stepped in with the exact amount he needed. That money not only saved his business but expanded it. He later said, it was as if the money was waiting for me to call it. Florence also told the story of a woman who needed $5,000 to pay off a pressing debt. She had no idea where the money would come from, but Florence reminded her that God is never limited. The woman repeated daily, I give thanks for the $5,000 that is mine by divine right and comes to me under grace, in perfect ways. She said this with such conviction that peace replaced her fear. On the third day, a family member she hadn't spoken to in years called and offered her a gift, not a loan, but a gift, of $5,000. That single experience changed her entire perspective on money. One of Florence's most remarkable testimonies came from a man who was completely broke, but wanted to prove spiritual law for himself. She told him, "You must first see yourself as prosperous and speak prosperity daily." She gave him this affirmation: "I have a perfect work in a perfect way. I am divinely compensated for what I do." He repeated it constantly, visualizing himself living in comfort. Within weeks, he was offered a position he hadn't even applied for, with a salary higher than he ever imagined. He said, "It was as if the universe rearranged itself overnight." Stories like these are not rare. Florence's students saw miracles repeatedly because they learned to stop speaking fear and start speaking truth. She believed that money is obedient. It will always go where it is called, but most people never call it. They push it away with their words. She often told her students, "Man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. If you see yourself in lack, you will live in lack. If you see yourself wealthy and call it daily, wealth must appear." There was another woman who wanted to sell her house. For months, there had been no interest, and she was discouraged. Florence told her to stop complaining about it, and instead declare, "This house is divinely blessed and attracts its right buyer, under grace, in perfect ways." The woman spoke those words every day, thanking God in advance for the sale. Within 1 week, a buyer appeared, offering her exactly what she had hoped for. Florence explained that it wasn't the words alone, but the faith behind them that made the sale inevitable. Beloved, these testimonies are proof that your decree is not just positive thinking. It is a spiritual law. The universe does not resist your blessings. It is waiting for instructions. The words you speak send those instructions out, and they will never return empty. Whether it is $5,000, $10,000, or $100,000, the law does not measure amounts, it only responds to faith. If God can send money to a woman in 3 days, if he can bring investors to a struggling businessman overnight, if he can open doors that no man can shut, he can certainly bring $100,000 to you. The question is not whether it is possible. The question is whether you are willing to speak it, believe it, and expect it. Florence often said, "Nothing stands between man and his highest ideals but doubt and fear." That means nothing stands between you and $100,000, but the belief that it is too hard. Release that belief now. Replace it with words of power, and watch how quickly heaven responds. These stories are not reserved for a few. They are evidence that spiritual law is exact, unchanging, and available to anyone who dares to use it. Say this with me now. I call $100,000 into my life, under grace, in perfect ways. It is already mine, and it is on its way to me now. Speak it daily. Believe it deeply. Expect it fully. Because what God has done for others, he will do for you. Florence Scovel Shinn often said that every person carries an atmosphere, a spiritual energy field, that speaks louder than words. Your aura is not just a mystical concept. It is a real energy that surrounds you and draws to you whatever is in harmony with it. If you have ever walked into a room and felt someone's energy without them saying a word, you have felt their aura. Wealth, opportunities, and blessings respond to your aura in the same way. If your aura radiates fear, lack, and desperation, those things will continue to mirror back into your life. But if your aura radiates faith, gratitude, and confidence, wealth will seek you out. Florence taught that your aura is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and spoken words. Imagine your aura as a glowing field around you, a signal broadcast to the universe. Most people broadcast worry without realizing it. They say things like, "I can't afford that," or "Nothing ever works out for me," and their aura begins to dim. Even if they work hard or hustle endlessly, they still struggle because their energy is not aligned with abundance. This is why affirmations and decrees are so powerful. Every time you speak words of truth, your aura shifts. It becomes brighter, lighter, and magnetic. When you declare, "I call $100,000 into my life, under grace, in perfect ways," you are not only speaking to your subconscious mind, you are sending a signal through your aura. That signal reaches people, opportunities, and circumstances that are already connected to your blessing, and they begin to move toward you. Florence often said, "There is an invisible supply for every demand." When you make a demand with your words, your aura announces that demand to the spiritual world, and the law begins to respond. This is why aligning your energy is just as important as speaking the decree. You cannot speak wealth and carry the energy of fear. The two will cancel each other out. But when your words and your energy agree, miracles happen quickly. Florence taught her students to fill themselves with gratitude and joy before speaking affirmations. She told them to see themselves already in possession of what they desired and to feel the relief and happiness of answered prayer. That feeling radiates outward through your aura, and the world responds to it. Think of your aura as a magnet. A dim, fearful aura repels blessings because it signals that you do not expect them. A bright, confident aura draws blessings because it signals that you are ready to receive. This is why visualization is key. When you picture yourself holding $100,000, smiling as you pay off debts, and giving generously, your aura begins to reflect that reality. The more vividly you imagine it, the stronger the signal you broadcast. Florence often said that man's only enemies are within himself. That means no person, no circumstance, no economy can block your supply if your inner world is aligned. You are not at the mercy of external events. You are the creator of your experience through your thoughts, words, and energy. When you speak this decree with faith and hold yourself in an atmosphere of expectation, you become magnetic to wealth. Money begins to appear through unexpected channels because spiritual law is exact. Here is a simple practice to strengthen your aura. Each morning after speaking the decree, close your eyes and imagine a golden light surrounding your entire body. See this light growing brighter with each breath, radiating peace, confidence, and abundance. Say, "I am a magnet for blessings. My aura is filled with light. Wealth finds me now." Hold that image for a few minutes until you feel a shift. This golden aura becomes your shield and your signal, protecting you from negativity and attracting opportunities. Florence also encouraged her students to bless everyone they met. Blessing others strengthens your aura. When you silently say, "I bless this person with peace and prosperity," you send out a wave of good energy that multiplies and returns to you. This habit keeps your aura clear, preventing envy, fear, or resentment from clouding your signal. A clear, loving aura is irresistible to blessings because it aligns with divine order. Beloved, you are not just speaking words. You are changing your vibration. Each time you decree that $100,000 is already yours, you are lifting your energy field into harmony with that reality. Wealth does not come to those who chase it desperately. It comes to those who radiate confidence that it is already theirs. The more you repeat this decree with faith, the brighter your aura will become. People will notice something different about you, and opportunities will flow naturally because your energy is calling them. Say this now: I radiate abundance. I radiate peace. I radiate wealth. My aura is a beacon of divine supply, and money flows to me effortlessly. Repeat it until you feel a warmth around you. That warmth is proof that your energy has shifted. When your words, feelings, and aura are in agreement, spiritual law has no choice but to deliver exactly what you have spoken, quickly, easily, under grace, in perfect ways. Now that you understand the law of words, the power of your aura, and the truth that wealth is already yours, it is time to seal this teaching with a decree that will anchor faith in your heart and set spiritual law in motion. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that every declaration you make is like a spiritual seed planted in the garden of your subconscious. Speak this decree daily, and it will take root, grow strong, and bear fruit in the form of blessings, opportunities, and $100,000 flowing into your life, under grace, in perfect ways. Take a deep breath. Place your hand over your heart. Speak these words boldly, slowly, and with conviction. I am a child of the infinite. I was created for abundance, and I live in abundance now. $100,000 is already mine by divine right, and it flows to me now under grace, in perfect ways. I am fully supplied, richly blessed, and divinely guided. Say it again, louder and with confidence. I am a child of the infinite. I was created for abundance, and I live in abundance now. $100,000 is already mine by divine right, and it flows to me now, under grace, in perfect ways. I am fully supplied, richly blessed, and divinely guided. Repeat it once more. I am a child of the infinite. I was created for abundance, and I live in abundance now. $100,000 is already mine by divine right, and it flows to me now, under grace, in perfect ways. I am fully supplied, richly blessed, and divinely guided. Now, let us expand this decree into a full command to your subconscious mind and to the spiritual forces that respond to your faith. I call $100,000 into my life now. I see it. I feel it. I give thanks for it. It arrives quickly, easily, and peacefully. I am not afraid, for God is my supply, and there is no limit to his goodness. This money is not hard to find, because it is already mine. It comes to me from expected and unexpected sources, and I receive it with gratitude and grace. I bless this money, I bless my life, and I bless every person who is connected to my blessing. Nothing and no one can block what God has ordained for me. I am ready, I am willing, and I am aligned with divine abundance. Repeat it again, this time with emotion. Feel every word as truth. I call $100,000 into my life now. I see it. I feel it. I give thanks for it. It arrives quickly, easily, and peacefully. I am not afraid, for God is my supply, and there is no limit to his goodness. This money is not hard to find, because it is already mine. It comes to me from expected and unexpected sources, and I receive it with gratitude and grace. I bless this money, I bless my life, and I bless every person who is connected to my blessing. Nothing and no one can block what God has ordained for me. I am ready, I am willing, and I am aligned with divine abundance. Now close your eyes, see yourself holding